Welcome to Merschman Seeds Cup of Joe. On this episode, hear a hyper-early sneak peek on all of our products available for 2025. Merschman soybeans, corn, wheat, and America's alfalfa.
Hi, this is Joe Merschman. Welcome to Merschman Seeds Cup of Joe. Today we have Ben, Lynn, and Dylan, and we're going to talk about 2025 and what's new. Go ahead, Lynn.
Yeah, so we have a lot of excitement brewing around the 2025 growing season. That it's hard to believe we got guys that are still trying to figure out and finish up 24. But for us, from the marketing standpoint and getting the program ready to go, we've started probably 2 or 3 months ago on that. So a lot of excitement brewing around the seed guide that we got sitting here in front of us. So I'm going to lead off here, and probably one of the bigger changes that we've had of any products is in our alfalfa lineup. There's a lot of players that we've talked about in the industry that has removed themselves from the alfalfa game, and we have taken a pretty good step forward with our suppliers and making sure that we are on the forefront of the genetic and yield potential that's in alfalfa. So just a little bit I wanted to talk about. There's going to be some changes from a variety standpoint, and then we're also making some additions to the lineup as well to provide a good balance between the economics and the yield potential for some of the alfalfa products out there. So just a quick highlight here, the Ameristan 423 TQ Roundup Ready. It's a new product that's coming out from America's Alfalfa that we're looking to replace the 457 Roundup Ready alfalfa. So we're taking a step forward from the ultra cut side of stuff. It's a little bit more of a premium product, but it's really going to bring that tonnage and that quality that we expect out of the ultra cut lineup. To kind of pair that from more of an economic standpoint, we have the 400 Roundup Ready that's coming in. So that's more of a potential budget-friendly alfalfa that maybe doesn't bring all of the agronomics and the yield component that the ultra cut variety does, but it's going to fit nice for someone that maybe just can't quite bite off that economic threshold that the more quality stuff comes with. Also looking at 432Q coming in. It's something that we did have in a very limited launch for this year, but something we're pretty excited with as far as the when it comes to the conventional varieties go. It's something that's really popular. We see a lot of our conventional stuff going to the cow-calf, the beef producers that are looking to maybe mix it with a little bit of Timothy or some grasses. We're really getting a lot of flexibility and winter hardiness out of these new varieties. So it's something that's going to stand the test of time, 5, 6, 7 years in these rotations. So, and then the big one that I think that our growers that are very serious and very conscious about growing high quality alfalfa is the 481 is going to be phased out probably mid-season, and we're going to bring in the 482. That one is a new development that, to be quite honest, we really haven't had too many conversations with. So looking forward to learning more about that here over the summer and what that'll add to the alfalfa growers portfolio here. So very, very robust alfalfa lineup coming up for 25, and we've got 2 pages in the seed guide to offer for the alfalfa folks. So I think we've got the total package when it comes to an offering from the high end, ultra quality, a lot of flexibility when it comes with the Harv Extra package, and then also something that's a little bit more economical for someone that maybe has a smaller patch or wants to mix that with oats or Timothy or grass. I think we're setting ourselves up pretty good here to be a very, very good supplier and a very good genetic sourcing with America's Alfalfa to provide all the options that we can for alfalfa.
Right, and one of the reasons that these different offerings, whether it be the 400 or the 320 or the 432Q were introduced is as Corteva, from a big platform, as Corteva has backed away from their alfalfa program, whether that be any one of their individual independent seed companies or the ones that fit underneath their corporate umbrella, these varieties are extremely similar to what they were offering in that lineup. They weren't the same, but they're extremely similar. Right. So the guys that have always bought the Corteva alfalfa should feel extremely comfortable if they just want to have a similar offering to what they had in the past. That will be their go-to, the 432Qs, the 400 Roundup Readies. And if they want to experience what America's Alfalfa is all about, the super high quality stuff, that's when we go with products that Merschman's has been carrying for a long time. So, exciting stuff.
We've literally been selling alfalfa from day one. Back in 1954 when we started the company, we were small seeds and oats. So that's interesting to know too, that we have over 70 years experience selling alfalfa.
Dylan, what do you got in front of you?
Yeah, so it's kind of a fitting time of year that I think I want to kind of hit on some wheat that we're bringing on to the lineup for 25. So in 25 we'll have 3 new hyper early wheat lines. We've kind of hit on them in other episodes, but I really wanted to hit on one in particular, and that would be the Peyton 2. It's really coming along. Really, all the hyper earlies are that we're growing in Fort Madison. They're really starting to turn. Like Ben and I were talking before, one of those varieties could go anytime if we didn't have to bounce around between them. So that's really cool that we're pushing that double crop opportunity up.
And Dylan, I'd like to throw in, right now the industry term is ultra early for the early varieties. Merschman Seeds has come up with its own term called hyper early, which is even earlier than the ultra earlies. And the whole idea is to move the double crop opportunity earlier, to get those soybeans in the ground earlier, so you get a good decent wheat crop, plus then you get a much better soybean double crop. So when you hear the word hyper early, you're only going to hear that from Merschman Seeds, and we believe at this point we are the leading company bringing those products to market right now. So you will not hear hyper early from other companies. That's our products and our earliest maturing products we've ever seen.
Yep, you're exactly right. So then back to the Peyton, it's a beautiful gold blonde color. The heads are really popping and showing. If you just drive by, it looks really good. So as you get out in it, we've got kind of both. We've got kind of some lighter ground, and also we've got some little bit heavier soil, and so we'll really be able to tell kind of how that handles both or some different soil types. So
all our wheats are named after girls, so Dylan's a perfect person to be a girl watcher, right?
That's right.
So
nice.
Anyhow, if you're not familiar with our naming of our wheats, it's all named after Merschman girls. Okay, Peyton's my granddaughter, so I think it's going to be a good one.
Yeah. So one of the other things that I noticed and what we're going to eventually come out with here in the lineup, so because we have seed production of each one of these hyper early products, it's not on very many acres. We have the only seed that's available in the whole world of these super early lines. So it will be available to customers on extremely limited quantities this year. That's why they are in the book. But I just wanted to make sure that we have these products. I wanted to get customers excited about these products, and where it will probably land is we will pick the highest earliest option, the highest yielding earliest option that's out there, and then we will trim the lineup back next year and the following year, because what I wanted to do is I wanted as many options as I could have to figure out what's earliest, what's highest yielding, and that's what we're going to move forward with.
Yeah, so this first year you just get a taste of it. You won't be able to plant lots of acres of these hyper earlies because they just don't physically exist. It takes a while to increase the seed. Right.
Yep, and from a corn perspective, I just wanted to highlight a couple of the different things. We talked about our no substitution guarantee on the Merschman Power Core products. It's published in the book this year. It's something that we're going to be making a lot of noise about. There were a lot of substitutions in the industry this past year. There's a lot of guys that didn't get what they wanted in whatever trait package or the hybrid itself. I mean, it just didn't exist. So I imagine the industry is probably going to do a little bit of correction. So you may not see as much substitution this coming year, but it's in our book. It's going to be mailed out to a whole bunch of farmers this August when we do our initial launch, but we are standing with that program that if we can't get you the hybrid that you order, it will be free. Seed size isn't necessarily, we got to be able to flex on seed size a little bit, but if you order a hybrid, we will guarantee that you get that product.
Yeah, we guarantee the hybrid, not the weight or the grade, but
right.
The bottom line is the hybrid is the most important thing that you have. Most planters today will plant weights and grades. So we think it's important that you get what you order.
Right. I think on that point to that to the weight and grade side of it, we use a system, I guess, that's relative to our seed, not necessarily relative to what the industry. So we've had some conversations with people on the small plateless size, but if you looked at it in the context of what some other seed companies do, our small plateless might actually be what they would consider a medium. So don't be afraid, I guess, by that. It's all relative to what our production does, and the folks that we have doing our seed production are producing extremely high quality seed.
We put the starting line seed treatment on it, which is Ben's concoction of the very, very best products that we can put on the corn to get the most uniform, equal emergence that we possibly can get.
Yep. And we've had a lot of customers that are saying our stuff looks really, really good this year. So
I've had calls. I mean, the guy said, yeah, the new Merschman corn is my best looking corn. And let me tell you, if you've not tried Merschman corn, you need to this coming year, because you will be surprised, not only from the flexibility of the post applications of the herbicides, but also from the genetics. Yep. Ben's done his homework on this. It's good stuff.
Yep. And we've expanded the offering. So when it comes to, we have 2 different non-GMO options for this coming year. We have a 106-day, which would be 2 days earlier than our earliest offering that we had from last year. We have a more rounded, bigger footprint 115-day that we really needed in the lineup. I'm really excited about that one. We'll talk about those in a little bit further detail, but I just wanted to give guys kind of a glimpse into what's coming down the road. We haven't officially launched. That'll be in August, what our year is to come, but there are a lot of things that we're working on, have been working on for the past year, that are going to affect the 25 growing season and the 26 growing season, and I can tell you it's not stagnant. So
I'm excited about corn, just as excited I am about soybeans, because every year we just keep coming with better and better and better soybeans, and that's because of a robust program that we're associated with, that we get first dibs on anything that's in that program. And we've been soybean focused since 1957, and we continue to be very soybean focused, but we're putting the effort in wheat and corn to rival what we do in soybeans.
Right. There's a change in the seed treatment too on corn, where we have a nematicide in that seed treatment. So watch out. We're running and gunning for the broad fit acre, and I think we're going to have some of the best corn that's out there.
I think it's a great point too, because when we look at nematicides, when you look at the efficacy or the visual response that you get out of products, they really shine when it comes to corn. I mean, soybeans, it's very important, don't get me wrong, but when you look at comparing apples to apples across the nematicides, corn is where they really show up, and you see a very good visual response to the root structure. So, like you said, I'm extremely excited about that, because it's one of those that we just don't really think about when it comes to corn.
Yeah, and those are different nematodes that affect soybeans.
Right. And not a lot of. I mean, some seed companies have a nematicide on their corn offering, but I think that this one's going to be different, and we'll talk more in depth about that in the future. Got any jokes to take us out?
Well, I got 3 today, and I've just been struggling. I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to be able to keep this part of it. I may have to turn it over to Lynn. So, but anyhow, I'll start off with one that says, "Who was the builder of King Arthur's Round Table?" Who was the builder of King Arthur's Round Table? Circumference, okay?
Circumference.
All right. Now, for those of you that are into superheroes, the Incredible Hulk, y'all remember the Incredible Hulk? Did you hear that the Incredible Hulk has started recycling? He's really going green, okay? Remember, he's green in color when he gets mad. Okay. All right, now this one here is more of a philosophical thing, okay? And as you get older, you think about this, okay? There's 3 stages in life. Wanting stuff, when you're little, accumulating stuff, middle age, and then when you get older, getting rid of stuff. So with that, we'll end it on that. And as always, we sincerely appreciate your business, and we can't thank you enough for the trust that you put in Merschman Seeds. We hope your family is safe and healthy, and we'll see you next week. Take care.